joining us today for another episode of What's Your Why Wednesday. Today, I am joined by the amazing Gina Wariebi. She is the owner of Innovative Edge Processing. Now, Gina and I have been in the industry for a long time, kind of passing each other at different conferences. But a few weeks ago, we got to know each other better at the Crush the Chaos conference in New Mexico. And immediately after speaking with her, I said, hey, I need to hear all about your why. So we are thrilled to have Gina with us today. And Gina, listen, most of us, almost all of us, stumbled upon this mortgage industry by accident. But we stayed in the industry because it's tied to our personal and professional why. So at this time, Gina, we would love to hear, what is your why?
That's a really good question, Laura. My why, when I started in the industry, like you said, a very long time ago, I started because I loved the freedom and flexibility of having to have my own schedule. I had young kids at the time, so being able to run out and go get them back to school, pick them up, go to the doctor's appointments, the dentist, all the normal things for kids, field trips, or just volunteering at the school. I loved being able to just come and go when I needed to. Since I shut down my brokerage company and switched over to processing about 9 years ago, I have started another why. And that why for me is my passion for processing on how to pay it forward to other processors out there. When I started Innovative Edge Processing, there was nobody to help me, no one to teach me what to do. It was trial by fire. And I don't like the idea that as a processor, we are not backed in the mortgage industry. So it's very important to me to help other people understand that processors are just as important as brokers. We are their right-hand people. And just to make sure that those processors have training that they deserve.
They do. I mean, I don't know how our industry got so off kilter, where it was so pro this side, but not so much on the other side. And we know it's like raising children. It takes a village. It takes a village to close a loan, right? I mean, it's all of the pieces together. It's not just one versus another, or so everyone deserves that education and that time and that appreciation, right? That appreciation. That's the most important thing. So, and again, going back to where we, really got to know each other at Crush the Chaos, that's what it was about. And I know for me, I left there. I'm actually going to share a story. Okay. So Gina, here I am after 2 days of doing that event. It's 4:00 in the morning on that Sunday, and I'm in the lobby waiting for the Uber. Well, there's a lady that's also from the conference, and she was also waiting. So I turned to her and I said, "Oh, did you enjoy the conference?" She's like, "Oh, Laura, I got so much value." I said, "That's great. Yeah. Please tell me, what was your takeaway?" Gina, this is going to blow you away. Are you ready? You ready for this?
Hit me.
I finally realized I'm important. Oh.
Yeah. It's very hard to get any kind of acknowledgement or, just, hey, a job well done. You are important on our side of this industry.
Yes. Yeah. So thank you. I want to say thank you for leaning into your why. So like you said, yes, we all go through different seasons in our lives. What we came into this industry, the reason changes over time, right? With what's going on in our personal lives and our season. But for you to have realized, no, I'm going to make a difference. I'm going to be part of the change that needs to happen. Thank you for that you could have just, heads down and focus and just say, I'm not really worried about everyone else out there. I'm just going to keep focused here. But you said, well, I'm going to focus here and out here. And thank you for that, because that really is a big step. And I love your why, and keep leaning into that. All right. My next
everybody needs to know that success is a choice. You choose to be successful or not. So,
Tell me
and this
about that.
side,
Keep going. Keep telling. Expand on that. What you mean?
um, my mother always taught me growing up that you don't have to be perfect, just be who you are. And you have to get uncomfortable in what you're doing to be successful. And for example, I've never done anything like this before. This made me very uncomfortable. I like doing this and spreading the word about processors, but you have to get a little bit uncomfortable in order to get anywhere, be successful. And that's not just in this industry, that's in anything in life. Anything that you do. Doesn't matter if you're the CEO of a company or, the janitor. You need to put the time and effort into whatever your position is.
100%. And
Yeah.
that is where the magic happens,
Yeah.
outside of your
Yeah.
comfort zone.
Yes.
And there's so many wonderful people in our industry. You just
Yes.
have to find those wonderful people and kind of, stick with them to be in a safe place and continue to expand and grow within that, right? And
Yes.
I think that's what I've learned, especially over the last few years, that I learned from others every single day,
Absolutely.
just in getting to know other people within our industry. I love it. All right. So Gina, you've touched the lives of so many people, so many families, so many loan officers, so many processors, so many different people. And I love to hear a story where you realized that impact that you have on working with these different people. Can you share one of those special stories with us?
Because I've been in the industry so long and I've changed so many different positions from being a loan officer, broker, owner, all the way up to processing, I think I'll do with processing because that's where I feel the most passionate about. One day I was sitting at my desk working away and it was a really bad day. As a processor, everything falls on you. Um, there's so many fires to put out. And I got an email across my desk and it was a lender asking me to join their processing council. I was kind of taken aback a little bit and I was like, okay, this is probably, a hoax. And I looked into it and no, it was real. It was the first time ever council for processors. And there was about 20 of us to start. I think now we're down to about 10 or 12. And we meet twice a year.
Aw.
And we just go in and we sit around and we talk and we just express what's good and what's bad, what we want to change, what they can change, what we can do to help the industry. And just being a part of that was like, wow, okay, I can make a difference. Little old me can actually make a difference in this industry with what we're doing.
Wow, that is wonderful. Congratulations for being part of that.
Thank
And
you.
think about it. When you go back to Henry Ford, right? Henry Ford always said, you don't have to be the smartest to be the best in business. You just have to know which people to put in the room to be able to come up and mastermind and be able to make decisions based on putting those people in the room. So that's
you
very
just have to show
smart.
up.
Yes, you just have to
Show
show
up.
up. So you don't have to have all the answers. You don't necessarily have to be, the expert in every single section, but own your section, right? Have
Amen.
that confidence of what you do and your piece of the puzzle, and then fill the rest of those pieces with the other people that are experts. So
But
thank
Laura,
you
on
for
that
showing
note,
up.
if
Yeah.
on that note, what your piece of the puzzle doesn't mean if people don't like that piece of the puzzle, doesn't mean you're wrong. That's
No.
just you. That's how you do things. And the next person might do something different and it doesn't mean they're wrong.
Nope.
No one's, it's all equal. We all have to do things the way we have to do it, the way we're comfortable doing it.
And we can all learn from each other by the
Correct.
way we do it. Like you
Correct.
said, processing is not, especially processing, if we want to speak about that, processing doesn't have to be done exactly the same way. Everyone has their own little way that they go about it, the way they organize
Correct.
their day, the process that they follow, everyone has their unique touch. And honestly, when you're training a processor or you're teaching someone, you kind of want them to put their own sprinkle on top of it.
Yes.
It shouldn't be so regimented that it has to always follow someone else's thought, because together you can learn so much, and not everyone's brain processes the information exactly the same way. So yes,
And I think,
very good point.
and that's the difference with this side of the industry on the processing side, with not having as much training out there, is no one really knows what their job title really entails. What does a loan officer do versus what does a processor do? And until the industry starts getting those standards, no one really knows. So we just do what we do.
And there could be a lot of miscommunication.
There's a lot. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So my final question, you have been wonderful and thank you for sharing this. And this is such a phenomenal topic. So I'm really glad that we're hearing your insights on this. So I have a feeling I know where this is going, but what do you want your legacy to be for the industry? Where do you see it? Where you're putting your imprint out there, if you could kind of give that vision of what it looks like, of the impact that you had on the industry by the time you're ready to say, I'm passing the baton, what would it look like? What would you want that vision to look like?
I was contemplating this back and forth, and I started talking to my family about it because I have difference of opinion than what a lot of other people do. And a lot of my kids' friends call me Mama G. I am Mama G. I am the person that you go to when you need help. I am always there for other people. And I think that's what I would love to do in this industry is be that mentor, be the go-to person where somebody just needs a shoulder to cry on and just say, I had a really bad day. They know to pick up the phone and call me or shoot me an email and I can talk them through it. And I just want them to know that this industry is amazing to be in, but you just have to want to be in it.
Sure.
Yeah.
That is very right. And
yeah, mentor, passion.
That it's easy to burn out. We know that, right? We know
Very.
that, listen, anyone that came through 2020, we know burnout is real. Like we know
Yes.
that is real, but it doesn't have to be that way.
No.
When you surround yourself with the right mentors and the right team, community that you're within, right? Whatever your group or your supporting sisters or brothers that surround you, when you do that, it makes it so that what's weighing on your shoulders can be lifted a little, just in the knowing that you're not going through it alone, or that, hey, if you made a mistake, you're not the first person to ever make that mistake. We all know that. We all know that. And we can learn from it and we can grow from it. So I can certainly see you as that. I already see you as that. I only see it expanding and continuing to grow more. So Gina, we thank you so much for sharing your why and your insights and for everything that you do for our industry and making a difference. And we wish you all the best always.
Thank you so much for having me. I truly appreciate it.